You got to fix that alarm thing, man.
Oh, it's the worst. The car's so good except for the stupid gremlins.
Well, Martin, my car won't have any gremlins because it is absolute automotive perfection.
Really?
As you're about to see. And there it is.
Whoa, look at it.
History repeating itself in the most beautiful way.
In a good way.
Yes, it's completely sight unseen. Yes, it's the cheapest one that was for sale. Everybody, this here is a 1994 blacktop 180 SX, and it's all mine. What do you think, Martin? You just went quiet. Are you scared? Are you scared because your 90s STI is going to get chopped by a 90s Nissan?
Give me answers, like what, does it have any mods?
No, it's got some coilovers and that's it, mate. This is stock.
What gearbox is in it?
I don't know.
What about the engine?
I've never seen it before, man. It literally
What wheels are they?
I do not know anything about it, Martin.
What about tyres?
No.
Is the exhaust done?
I've never looked at it, Martin.
What turbo's on it?
It arrived on a tow truck.
What happened to the wing?
Right now, well,
is that sunroof factory?
I've never seen a sunroof like that
Is the stereo stock? That's aftermarket.
No, it's got an aftermarket.
What about
stereo.
the seats? I haven't seen 180 seats like that before.
Well, they look a little bit different. Can you stop asking so many questions? Because I don't know the answers to anything.
Is that a turbo timer in it?
Yeah, it's got some stupid turbo
timer. Does it have the
timer.
JDM climate control?
This one does have the
JDM
JDM
climate
front
mount
control.
Or the 180 side mount? Or?
No, it's just got the side mount in it, man. Have a look under here. Look at this. This is the blacktop, dude.
Whoa.
Look at that. So there was a.
Hey, that doesn't look like 180. That looks new.
They had a CA. There was the 1.8 litre, the CAs, and then obviously they had the red top SR20s. And then in 1994, you got the black tops, and then there was the GTIR one, which was different again.
What happened to your battery tie down?
Dude, I don't know. I've never seen it before.
Oh.
I've never seen this car before. This car is one of those rare unicorns where you can get a car. Well, I didn't think you could, that is actually not modified, but this here cost more than what I paid about 20 years ago when I bought mine. So
really?
This here is unregistered, well, I had a look on car sales a little while ago. They're between $15,000 and $20,000. Can you believe it?
That's crazy.
I didn't pay that much for this, and we'll probably find out why soon.
Should we take it for a drive? Are you going to drive it? You should drive it.
I'm going to drive it, and you can try and fix your car.
And then I'll see if I can
And then you can catch up with me. And unlike your car, this is not going to break. This car is going to be perfect.
Yeah, right.
This is one of the ultimate Japanese sports cars, the iconic Nissan 180SX. Now, yes, you could go out and buy a GTR if you had $200,000, but the 180SX is a versatile, fun, and highly modifiable JDM nugget. Long-time viewers of the show would know that I've owned a lot of SR20 powered Nissans, from my non-turbo Silvia Q, rest in peace, through to my S15, GTIR, and probably a few too many 180s as well.
I will take you.
I'm usually most interested in these cars when they've been completely neglected and are falling apart, and I feel like it's my duty to catch them and restore them back to their former glory, out of some kind of sense of decency and purpose and respect for the car itself. At least that is what I keep telling myself. Over the last 10 years or so, we have been no strangers to these sweat-stinking smoke machines, and I think the reason I keep oscillating back to them is because they're really fun cars with universal appeal and an absolutely monstrous aftermarket scene. The amount of parts and options available for this platform in Japan and locally is truly monumental. So it may be surprising for some of you that this is actually my dream car, but it really is. It was purchased sight unseen and it's recently arrived on a tow truck. So here's hoping that it actually works.
That's pretty neat, man. You've done well. I mean, this is not a new car. This is old.
Oh, dude, it's going to... Wait till I tell you what I'm going to do with it, Martin. It's going to be excellent. And probably because it has some stupid turbo timer, this is not going to...
Oh, dude, it starts easy.
It started straight away.
It's already better than the Subaru. Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Spoke too soon.
Hold on.
Doesn't love hot starts. Perfection. Automotive perfection. I'm going to see if I can make my nugget start. Dude, did we just literally introduce 2 new cars and we think they're awesome except neither of them work? And they're not exactly like nuggets like Yaris Hilton nuggets, are they?
Dear Nissan gods, right now I'm getting very embarrassed in front of my old rival, the Nissan owners. Can you please, for the love of all things SR20 in the world, please just start, please? Yeah! That's right, everybody.
Can you come and do that
That's
with
right,
my car?
everybody. My car works.
Yeah, mine doesn't.
Woo! So everybody, this is my new 1994 180SX black top. Yes, it's exactly the same as one of the first, actually not one of the first, the first turbocharged car I ever owned that I imported from Japan. And this one here is basically stock. They're really rare now to get them like this, completely unstuffed with. Yes, listen to that SR20 goodness. And I'm gonna do a little lap. This is legitimately, as you can tell, the very first time I've driven this car. Oh, I'm gonna try and get used to the Nissan life again. I've been in a Golf R, which is DSG, and I've been driving a Focus RS and a WRX before that. So other than Tay-Tay, which was a drift nugget, I've not driven a Nissan on the street for quite some time. But this here is gonna be a mad street 180 build. And I tell you what, it feels amazing to be back home, everybody. Back home where I'm meant to be. Oh, the back end slipping out the way that 180s do. Yes. So what's the plan with this car? Is it gonna become another drift car? Is it gonna become some kind of crazy nugget? Is it gonna be LS swapped? Absolutely not. The plan is to make a really nice, clean, daily drivable 180 that's kind of reminiscent of the heyday, or my heyday in the 90s. So I want to do a nice, clean install. Oh, it sounds so good. It sounds so good. Pulls really strongly. I bought this car, of course, completely sight unseen, so I have no idea if there's anything wrong with it. Temperature's looking good. It feels really good. Oh, now I'm really back in the 90s because I've got an STI behind me. Whoop, sorry about that. Just got the back came out a little bit there.
So we're about to kick off on an epic 90s battle when we realised that my 180SX is actually broken.
There is so much smoke coming out of the back of that I would not be doing more laps if I was you. It's probably a turbo, being the age and era of that car, but hey, it could be a motor too, you just never know with SRs. He has to pack it up. Nissan life. He gets 2 laps and then it blows up. Hey, look, we got 1.5 laps and then my car wouldn't start because of some stupid electrical gremlin, so it's not like I can talk. But living the 180 dream. Living the 180 dream.
So there it is, 2 absolutely epic 90s nuggets from Japan, and both of them are absolutely
Both of them have issues. Let's be real about this. As cars this age often do, sometimes stuff just doesn't work, particularly in my case, electrical gremlins, and it's not that unusual to see a cloud of smoke coming out the back of a turbo car that's that old.
But why? We don't know yet, and we don't have time to investigate it right now because Marty and I have done a little rock, paper, scissors that looked something like this. 1, 2, 3, and except he won, and we're doing the WRX first. So the 180 we are going to get to it, but we're just going to try and focus on one thing at a time. The first thing, getting rid of that stupid pad. So that was done because people used to steal, certainly in Australia, people used to steal WRXs to rob banks in the 90s. That was the thing,
That's true, yeah. Turbo Subarus, they were faster and more agile than a lot of the cop cars that are available to chase them, and so they'd ram raid in the front of a shop, throw everything in the car and drive away. It doesn't really happen that much these days, and the technology for trackers and stuff just wasn't there. So this multi-point alarm system was the solution.
So what's the plan, Martin? We're doing WRX first. What are we going to do?
So the body's a bit rough. Sometimes it's hard to tell in some of the pretty shots that you see just how rough the body is. So I'm going to sort that pretty much straight away. And obviously the alarm's going to get sorted straight away. And then I've got in mind some performance modifications, not going too crazy too quick. I want to sort of enjoy it and get to know it as things go on.
I like that.
So I've ordered a bunch of parts and they should be here any day so we can crack into it.
Amazing. So we now have on the show, of course, we've got the 180SX, we've got the 2-door Subaru Nugget, Is that the BRZ or is it this? We are going to be seeing some BRZ. I did see a couple of comments of people going, is that the end of the BRZ? No, the BRZ is still around. Martin and I now both do own two-door Subaru sports cars
That are blue.
that are old and new at the same time. So there is going to be a bit more BRZ. We don't know what order, let's be honest.
No.
We don't actually know. We know WRX is next, then there's going to be some BRZ and some 180 stuff. Then I actually think it's going to be a pretty epic battle. BRZ, WRX, WRX, 180, 180, BRZ, lots of fun to be had.
And there are the cars people asked about as well. Super Turbo, still in the process of getting registered. Things are happening. Yes, filmed a bit of stuff that you guys are going to see soon. And Gemini is going to be bodywork people, and that takes forever. So they're sort of my little projects that are all bubbling away in the background. Meanwhile,
Gemini's
dailying,
next year.
Yeah,
Next
exactly.
year.
Meanwhile, dailying Supergrams, loving it.
Awesome. If you do want to support the show, we have this awesome thing called CHERYLS Box, which is a mystery box of loot that we will pack individually for you. We send them anywhere in the world. You don't need to choose all the merch yourself. Just hit go on a CHERYLS box and we will stock it full of mad stuff. It's like 120 or 130 bucks or something worth of stuff for
Australian
like way less than that. And that's Australian dollars, so it's way less for you. Then we'll put it in a box, send it to your door. That's the show. Of course, you can follow us. Don't follow us anyway, just watch the YouTube
whatever you
videos.
want.
Do whatever you need to do. Thank you very much. 90s Nuggets, we're back, Martin.
I want a paddle pop.
I will destroy all Subarus.
no, you won't.
I own one.
You really won't.
But what if my
I'm getting
BRZ
Stop,
destroys yours?
Just come and eat a paddle pop, man.
Anyway,
Don't worry
it's
about
going to be fun. Lots of videos, 90s action.
Paddle pop.
It's going to be excellent.
See
We're
ya.
going to be doing some more minis soon as well, which
Yeah,
will be
that'd be
cool.
mad.
It's too many cars. Need to sell them. Shit heaps everywhere.